sort of a neutral stage. It does look like they're going to go to FD. That's where we're going to start out. Some people think of this as sort of a neutral stage in teams, and I can see why. It's a nice big stage. Things don't get too cramped.
Yeah, already you're kind of, coming to fruition here. Luigi kind of holding center stage. You already seen just a lot of space. Down smash after down smash even. And damage is kind of racking up, though maybe not exactly how Luigi wants to. Already a ton on our Red Fox here, and is he dead? Off the side?
Not quite, but both of Red Team are off right now. Fox is going to get back. Eddy is also going to get back. I'm sort of flabbergasted that Red Team managed to make it back in that situation. We'll see if they can survive for much longer, though.
Oh, but Green get the first kill. Fox was off the top here as Pantera eats the stars. EddyMexico surviving for a little bit longer, but decently medium percents for both of the Greens. And even the charged up smash isn't going to kill. That's nuts.
Yeah, up smash is a move for Luigi that it takes a lot of gusto to kill with, just because the angle that it sends at is not really directly up. It's not
right, we can see it off to the side there.
Yeah.
But the chaos is still allowing a couple others to survive. Triple digits for both. Oh, a little bit of miscue.
Yeah, I don't know. That dash attack from Eddy might have been an attempt to save Pantera, but either way, it did not work out well for him because it put him so vulnerable, and it actually, I think, ended up saving the Green Fox more than anything.
Yeah, but as the stocks continue to fly off, it's 3 across the board, though the Red Fox sitting at a significantly higher percentage. Nothing too egregious yet, but it makes me feel like a pattern might be starting to emerge. You know, it definitely feels like with how floaty Luigi is, you know, it's giving a lot of time to double team on either the other Fox or himself, and there it took Luigi so long to come back that, you know, there's just so much damage already built up on Red Team by the time he gets around. It's just, you can't help.
Yeah, I really like that you pointed that out, Zen, because I think something else that I've noticed from some of the Green Foxes is that they'll, like, throw Luigi up, and then, you know, you can't quite punish him. There they both go for it, but it's in these sort of non-committal ways. They know that Luigi is so floaty that they can take time to ignore him and just put the pressure on Pantera instead, you know?
So what's their solution here? How do they use the floatiness to their, you know, benefit? Because as it stands, this pattern has continued, and now it's like a solid stock and a half down, right?
Yeah.
It's getting worse.
Yeah, it's about a full stock right now. I think, you know, one thing that you can take advantage of, it's hard because Luigi's floatiness can mean that he lives for a pretty long time in certain ways, but not when he's being killed off of the top, and these Green Foxes have been so focused in just trying to get vertical kills, going for grab kill setups, going for up airs, sharking him. But wait, just like that, Red Team's in the
smashes. Yeah, I mean, it was night and day, but as long as Pantera can hold on to a stock for even just a little bit of time, they should be able to, you know, start adding on some extra credit.
Okay, that's going to do it. Can Eddy get back? Can he stall at all? 92%. He's going to have to make the most out of that.
This is kind of where his floatiness, I think, will be. Oh, he just barely dies! Alright, it's doable, right? Of all the characters that can 2v1, Fox is probably the...
Oh no. My god! What an extension there from Light and Buttlet. That was so beautiful, and you could see that they felt it in their bones. They knew what their teammates were going to do. The weak hit nair into the up air, the down tilt extension. Oh, that was so beautiful.
I cannot actually believe that combo, because it was a side B to the center stage, right? The scrub, just to kind of get back, and since that, you know, since those frames finished, he had no control over his character. It was hitbox extension into hit stun off the top. That was an exclamation point to finish game one. And it for a hot second, it actually looked like Green Team could claw things back. I think there was maybe 2 or 3% where Luigi actually lives that up smash or that up air and able to come back down, and you have a last second 2v2 kind of a thing. But it's a game of inches.
Yeah, I think actually, you know, I said that FD is sort of like a neutral stage, but it felt not great for the Luigi team there. I feel like Eddy spent so much time in the air trying to get down where platforms would have helped him out. And on top of that, people exaggerate how low FD's ceiling is for sure. But the fact that you can get these up smash kill setups that kill at a slightly lower percent, I mean, you just said a few more percent might have kept Eddy alive. A slightly higher ceiling might have kept Eddy alive too.
Also, yeah, true. I was actually going to throw out something a little avant-garde maybe, but what do you think about for Green Team as a counter pick going to going to Yoshi's. We saw at the very beginning of the game, Luigi was sitting in the center of the stage and just down smashing. Maybe a smaller stage allows him to cover more. I mean, we're already seeing wave dash and down smash. And sorry, did we get a character switch? Is that a Captain Falcon?
That is a Captain Falcon. Pantera has switched characters right now, which is
I didn't know he had one.
interesting to me. I'm curious to see how this works out. Because Pantera can now run in really fast, but I feel like Fox can get into scrap a lot more. Maybe we're going to see Eddie trying to scrap and Pantera trying to pick up the pieces.
Maybe. I mean, it was... Oh, my God. How do these guys know? They're just good. I'm just going to say that. But I think one of the biggest problems last game is, Luigi's so floaty. Well, if you put the onus on approach on Luigi, the floatiness doesn't matter. And Captain Falcon is, faster than Fox, able to run away and avoid the 2v1s. Maybe that's the idea?
Yeah, maybe. That's a good point. Maybe Falcon can get out. Maybe Falcon can hold down a little bit more, not get beat up quite as much by the Foxes with his heavier weight. We'll have to see. I'm curious to see how it works out. Whatever the case, Eddie's been able to get a lot more started so far and actually make these kills work out.
Yeah, it's still, I would say, about the same as the last game. Especially with now the Luigi flying, it's still looking not so great. And hey, Fox would have died. Captain Falcon, though, a little bit heavier.
Oh, a little bit of reverse synergy there. You can't really blame whichever lighter Buttlet that was, but it is a pretty big swing there for them to kill their own teammate.
We'll see, though. Kind of tossing Luigi back and forth, able to get out of it with not too much, but still a very slight lead. Actually, now a more significant lead for Green Team. I mean, this is kind of getting to a do and die situation, right? I think this is all best of 3 at this early on of the bracket. So, I mean, they got to find something to get it working.
Yeah, that knee's going to close a little bit of the gap right now, but Eddie doesn't know whether he can just go for the Fox or needs to edge guard, and they could have maybe capitalized on a potential 2v1 there, but nothing comes of it.
I don't know. Damage is racking up, though. Eventually, these up smashes will continue. Oh, that's a brutal angle. Hold up. Basically even? I mean, we're kind of where we were at last game. EddyMexico, 80-ish% up, and otherwise it's even.
Eddie keeps going for these charged up smashes, but I guess he just has a lot of faith that he's going to be able to get out free, that it's not going to be hard for the Foxes to punish him. Oh!
An unfortunate SD takes... Green is going to take that to the bank. They need this.
Oh, Eddie overextended so hard trying to take the Fox's stock right there. Can he get back?
Misfired!
Right when
he's
he needed
living!
It.
It's a true Luigi main.
They can make it happen, man. They can make
it
just
happen
when they need to.
They ask Practical to ask how to do RNG manipulation. I'm sure the Luigi mains have already figured it out. It's hidden tech in their Discord somewhere, but he's got to survive.
Eddie holding shield for all he's worth. He actually gets a reversal. Green Fox off stage. Can Eddie make this count?
Oh, did he extend with a nair? And the jump.
Do you have the jump yet? No. Back air is going to close it out. Okay, 117% on the Green Fox.
They just need some kind of a grab to set up. Even if Mexico dies right now, you still have a pretty healthy Cam Falcon. So this should be Red Team's this should be Red Team's game.
Yeah, you think it? Okay, Eddie managed to get to the ledge. I was feeling a little bit nervous about whether that would go to Eddie and Pantera, because if the Green Fox had managed to kill Eddie, I think that you can just run over a Falcon and the percents almost don't matter if you can open him up,
I can't believe he actually just slowly fell and grabbed ledge first. That's kind of nuts, but hey, you know what? We take those. It's 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1.
Which means we're back on. Hold up. So they went to Pokemon. So that was the Luigi counterpick goes to Pokemon. Mm-hmm. They went to the classically good Fox stage. Where did the Fox team go? Are we going Yoshi's? Are we going?
I think the counterpick was even more for the Falcon, right? Because that was the thing that changed up so much. And
right.
I do feel like the Falcon was a good change up for Eddie and Pantera, because we saw Pantera he was not getting blown up in the same way. He was managing to hold on to stocks longer. And I also think just the fact that he could just knee for kills rather than trying to find an up smash link, trying to find an up air link, something like that, it made Red Team able to find those kills at a much earlier percent. And Falcon likes Stadium for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, the two things that stand out to me is just how independent him and EddyMexico were playing. It was just so, they really weren't doing big team combos nearly as much as the double Fox, but it was the 2v1 situation where one of the Foxes up smashed didn't kill either. And if
Yeah.
it was another Fox, maybe he ends up dying. And it's at the very end of it. One stock left is like what really
That's
made
a
the
good
difference.
point.
And
That's a good point.
it's
Yeah,
the weight. He's got that gravity.
Yeah, I do think that's true. I think the counterpick you might expect from the Foxes here, just if you're purely thinking in terms of character matchup, would be Yoshi's story. But that stage is scary, man. I feel like picking that stage in general in doubles is scary because it's just so small, such little space. They're gonna go back to Stadium instead, and I really respect
run
that.
back.
I really respect that because I actually think this stage can work for both of them. Like you said, it's a good Fox stage classically, and Yoshi's in some ways it sort of feels like you're just putting the match in the hands of God.
It's a lot of shenanigans that can certainly happen. Also, one thing that we didn't really talk about too much, but Green Team had an SD in there, right?
Yeah.
Without that SD, maybe it's 2-0 and a handshake.
Oh my god, Eddie's charge up smash finally pays off, and we were saying up smash wouldn't kill, but I guess if you charge it for 4 seconds, it does. What a scoop from Pantera, but he dies!
No, he didn't. I think he just SD'd.
Yeah.
Blame Pokemon, the weird edges.
Oh, Eddie's going out,
Oh,
but he just dies! He's at 103%. It's not a huge deal, but 2 SDs in a row for the red team.
Definitely time to bring it back, but that's a backbreaker. This is your confidence, this is tilt factor potentially. You gotta bring it together mentally to hold on to this, and all these little percents adding up. EddyMexico gets burned by their Firefox. He might take a little bit of damage on this 2v1. I mean, you look at the stock count, and it's 6-4. I mean, that's not a great place to be.
Okay, Eddie gets Green Fox off stage. Tries to end up defensive against the other Fox. Oh, weak knee from Pantera. That would have been huge.
Not quite happening. They gotta find this, but a decent save almost? I know, they're still living, so I'll count it.
Okay. I
How
feel
much-
like... You go,
Go ahead. I was gonna say, is how much, play style do they need to flip up right now? Does red team need to go pure defense, or do they need to, continue to risk it all like they have been and just go big offense?
I don't think it really comes down to a playstyle shift. I think it's more just like I think that they have been most successful when they're sticking close together. It feels like when they're separated and the Foxes can use their mobility and fast moves to keep them separated, like this, it's really hard for them to deal. As I say that though, they both managed to work their way in. Really impressive, actually.
Is that a shield poke Firefox almost killing off the top? Alright, well, by the stock count it's even, but by percentage, not so much. I feel like I've said this 4 times, but EddyMexico, once again, kind of hanging on the outskirts, looking to help as much as he can before his stock inevitably goes flying. But now they're down to their last character icons.
Ooh, Eddie grabs Pantera on accident. Pantera has just been rolling so much because he's so scared of the Foxes right now. Understandably so. They're split up again. See, when they're split up like this.
Off the top, he finds it. It's early, but now EddyMexico has the world to climb through, and they're just playing it safe. They're saying, look, no shenanigans here. We'll laser. We'll do whatever, nonsense we have to do to kind of win this one and squeak it out. We want to continue moving forward. It's all about the bracket, baby, and they're going to punch their ticket one more rank up.
Yeah, good stuff from Buttlet and Light. I think they just have a really disciplined style of play.